I'm Dr. Daniela Steyn, and I'm so excited to be at the North American Menopause Society Conference with Shirley Weir. Thank you. We're with the best minds in menopause. We're discussing cutting edge research, all the latest studies, all the latest research. And I'm so excited to be here with Shirley. So Shirley, this has been an incredible conference where we learned so much. And Shirley we're both from Canada, and Shirley is an expert in menopausal women's health. So Shirley, tell me a little bit about you. What do you do?
Well, I run an online community where we empower women to navigate perimenopause to menopause and beyond with confidence and ease. So I'm like a concierge in a way, and I help women find their way, find the journey that's right for them.
That's incredible. And that was something we were really talking about at this conference. How do you break stigma? How do you get women to easier talk about menopause? And we were talking about so many different cultures where women didn't talk about menopause. So many women come from cultures, and how do we as physicians talk to people about, find the language to communicate with people about menopause when they come from a culture where there is a little bit of a stigma around talking about, and that's what you're doing in your work, is breaking down those barriers and getting women to be part of a sisterhood.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many angles. There's the education, there's like, this is your hormones and this is what happens in your body. We don't have a lot of education or information around that. And then there's the changing the conversation, because we are all, I mean, it's 2022, we've inherited decades of myths and misinformation. So I do a lot of unpacking that for women and just trying to clarify, set the record straight, and point them towards, you know, the verified health information that we've all been hearing this week.
So what did you enjoy most? What was your biggest takeaway from this conference?
Well, I really love how the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. So there's a lot of topics under the umbrella of menopause and women's health, as you know, and they're not really being discussed separately. It feels like now we're seeing the impact of sleep deprivation on brain health and heart health. We're seeing, you know, the importance of paying attention to your hot flashes rather than ignoring them, so that you're not ending up with a heart disease later in life, osteoporosis.
And whole body medicine.
Whole body
we're not
medicine.
just systems. We're not just for the orthopod deal with the bones, and for the cardiologist deal with the heart, but to deal with the whole body. And for us as women to recognize the whole body, recognize how our menopause affects our bone health, affects our cardiovascular health.
Pay attention. If you're suffering from insomnia, it's not back burner. It's not a back burner concern. It's a front burner concern. Yes. Insomnia needs to be addressed. If you're suffering from hot flashes, think of it as a tap on the shoulder from your body. Your body wants something. What does it need? So all of the topics that we've heard over the last few days, you know, how sleep impacts cardiovascular health, how it impacts bone health, how we need to pay attention to hot flashes because it's going to impact other aspects of our life. That message is so needed.
And then what I find as well is that they started talking about the microbiome.
Yeah.
If you compare this to previous meetings that we've had over the years, we've not been talking about the microbiome, we've not been talking as much about lifestyle and menopause. So I found that very refreshing.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, because I think that with the people that I've met, yourselves included, now we're seeing more practitioners here. So it's not just
doctors.
Just doctors,
it's multidisciplinary.
not just gynecologists, but it's opening up, and the conversation around this topic is opening up. So that really makes sense, but it's so needed as well.
Yes, yes. Another thing I really liked is the whole talk about bone health.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing that I see in hospital. Is I often see, apart from my wellness clinic where I see menopause people in hospital, I see older people after they've had a hip fracture. So what are we doing to prevent those hip fractures? Because if you do have a hip fracture in your 80s or 90s, you have a 30% risk of dying within that first year.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. So that is a very big predictor of longevity, of health, is your bone health.
Yeah. It's so important because it's really challenging. I mean, I talk to women all day, every day about this, and it is so challenging to talk to someone who is maybe up all night because they can't sleep. They might be dealing with heavy bleeding, and I have to say, you know, you need to prioritize your bone health too. And they're like, what? Like, it just doesn't make sense, right?
But my brain fog and my heart flashes.
Right.
Let's talk about the brain.
Let's talk about the here and now. And nobody really is thinking about their bone health when they're 80. But the key message around that is that once you have osteoporosis, you can't get it back. Like, you can't get your bone health back.
Yes.
There's treatments available, sure, but you will always have osteoporosis. So we have to be in prevention mode.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
So good to
Shirley.
meet you.
I'll put Shirley Sandel in the link below, and you can follow her on Facebook. You've got a very big Facebook community, right, of women supporting each other. What's the name?
I do. So Menopause Chicks is a private online community on Facebook. We have 45,000 members.
Wow.
And yeah, you can find Menopause Chicks on Facebook.
So that's incredible. That's something that we've been talking about, and in my previous podcast, we've been talking about what are we doing for education for women, because we get a lot of education around puberty, but we don't get any education regarding menopause, and that's where you're trying to bridge that gap.
Yeah, we're really educational focused. My role as a women's health advocate is to empower women to navigate perimenopause to menopause and beyond with confidence and ease. And some of those women, as we heard on the first day, 20 to 30% of women will see the practitioners who are here in the room with us, but that means that 70 to 80% of women are not talking about it with their health teams. So that's another big statistic.
Lovely meeting you. It was such a great conference.